Hello, and welcome to a visual journey through 4, a Divergent collection. Today, I will be telling you about the characters, sub-characters, and the setting, including the rising action, the climax, and the resolution, plus a little bit of conflict in the side. This is 4. He's one of the main characters in the book. He arose from Abomination, one of the 4 factions in the city. The Abomination are selfless and care for other people. He joined the Dauntless, the people that are looking for fear and looking to fight their fear. Triss comes in later a little bit in the story. She is an Abomination girl who couldn't take the Abomination life anymore, so she came and joined the Dauntless. 4 was her initiate teacher, a person who teaches her how to be Dauntless. 4's backstory includes his life as an Abomination boy and his cruel father who would whip him whenever he did something wrong and was very cruel, faking his mother's death. He couldn't take this anymore, so he decided to go to Dauntless, where he could escape from his father and learn how to stand up for himself. The picture you are seeing is of the Dauntless compound. The Dauntless compound is where most of the story takes place. Inside the compound are the training room, the fear landscape, the pit, and the chasm. The pit is where daily Dauntless life happens. The chasm is a chasm surrounding the pit where there have been many Dauntless to fall off and die. The training room is where the Dauntless come to train and graduate from their initiate class so they can have a life in Dauntless. The fear landscape is where the Dauntless go to face their fears and learn how many fears they have so they can work on getting over their fears. Things really start to get heated when 4 sees Janine and Max, Janine being the leader of the Uridite and Max being the leader of the Dauntless, talk about possible mind control of the people so they can attack Abomination where 4 is from. Next, 4 decides to get a job in the computer control department so that he can spy on Max and Janine and make sure he's on top of all of what's happening. Also, he meets his mother, who is supposedly dead, but is now the leader of the factionless. All the people who either did not choose to be in a faction or did not complete initiation go. They're like homeless people. She says that she can help him against the Dauntless and the Uridite in the attack and Abomination, but he has to help her first. Finally, he meets his mother once more, and they discuss what will happen when the Dauntless and Uridite try to attack the Abomination, how it will go down. The big bang of the story is when 4 awakes to their being, steps outside his hallway. He learns that it is the Dauntless mind controlling the people, but for some reason he is not affected. Neither is Triss. It is because they're divergent. It means they're aware that they're in simulations and they can resist them. Therefore, the mind control did not work on them. The Dauntless go and try to attack the Abomination, killing hundreds. But 4 and Triss slow them down, and they get taken in to be prisoners of war. Since they are divergent, the factions want to discover why they can resist simulations. So they are experimented on, but finally Triss's mother comes and saves Triss, and 4 was let go. in the end, Triss and Four board a train and try to go to Amity, a faction that is set on peace and making sure that the world can go on and that everybody has a place to stay and be peaceful. They are like your real world helping organizations that demote violence and help people when they are in need. So this is basically what Amity is as a faction. So Triss and Four go to Amity to try and escape Janine Matthews. So they ride the train and then they stay at Amity. Since this is a mini-series of a trilogy, it's not going to have as much detail and it's not going to be as long as most people would like. But since it is a mini-series, it doesn't have a clear resolution because it's all happens in another series, Divergent, through the other two books in that series. Most of the events in this and Divergent are intertwined. So that's going to make for, if you haven't read Divergent Trilogy, you should read that before you read this. So I'm going to say, to be continued. And this is Kendall Warpool, signing out.